I'm here with big news. Well, Xiaomi's phones are launching. Well, at least by the time this video comes out, they should have already launched. And there is something you guys should know. There is no 4K. What? You mean there's no 4K? Get my stick. We need to go to that office and wait. Calm down. Calm down. Now, let's understand what's going on here, because I think lots of people want to understand, and I've been getting questions left, right, center. I've been trying to put out fires and stuff, like, you know, pull Xiaomi out of the burning building. But let's talk about it, and I want to be really quick about it. The Redmi Note 11 series has 4 phones. That's Note 11, 11S, 11 Pro, which I consider the same phone with just a few charging differences and display differences, as well as the Pro 5G. Now, all of these phones are not necessarily bad phones. They are good phones. They are what you should expect from Xiaomi, bar one single thing, and that's 4K video. Now, why is it such a big deal, and why is everybody talking about it? It's very simple. Xiaomi are a victim of their own success. They've set the standards at a certain level, really high level, and now everybody's gotten used to that level and they're holding them accountable to it. I'm shooting this video right now on a Redmi Note 9 Pro. It has 4K video. It's a 2-year-old phone from 2020. People who bought the Redmi Note 11 Pro from last year have 4K video. Why does the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G not have 4K video? It's the latest phone. It's got a very, very good SoC. Everything pans out. No video, no 4K video. Why is that? Well, the problem is not entirely Xiaomi. Yes, it's easy to blame them. It's their phone after all. The problem is the choice of their processor. Xiaomi decided this year to go with the Snapdragon 695 5G processor. Now, when the news first came out, lots of people were like, why would Xiaomi use a 600 series processor? What kind of thing is that one? They use the 720G for the Note 9 Pro. They use 732 for the Note 10 Pro. Definitely, they should just continue onwards like that. No, it's not that easy. The first thing you should note is that there are levels to these things. There are definitely levels to these things. And then again, there is a huge gap between the 732 and the 765, even though they're all 700 series. One of them is like premium mid-range flagship killer segment. The other one is just like regular upper mid-range. And Xiaomi likes their phones to stay affordable, to stay in that upper mid-range segment. And so therefore, like jumping all the way from 732G to 765 or 778 is, first of all, the phones are going to cost seriously. If they don't even cost seriously, there are going to be some huge trade-offs. So therefore, they are trying to keep it, within that range. And then again, they can only use processors that are produced by the different chipset manufacturers, which in this case is Qualcomm. Qualcomm offered Snapdragon 695, which Xiaomi happily accepted. Personally, when I first saw the 695, I was like, what does this one have to offer? But after going through the spec sheet and seeing that it uses an ARM Cortex A78, which was used by flagships, I mean, that's like flagship grade from 2021. It was impressive. There's 2 ARM Cortex A78 there. Obviously they are customized because it's Snapdragon, so therefore you see it's a cryo custom core, but A78 is like really, really impressive. And when I checked like the benchmarks, and then I did some serious research on it, you can see that the 695 is more powerful than anything between Snapdragon 700 to Snapdragon 732. In fact, it's even better than the only I think it's the 778 and the 765 5G are the only 700 series processor that are better than the 695 in terms of pure processing power. in terms of like handling games and stuff, like pure CPU power, the 695 is powerful. But then again, as I have seen with most of the affordable 5G mid-range chipsets, you can't have everything. And that's the message that Qualcomm, not just Qualcomm, MediaTek as well, that's the message they're pushing. If you want 5G, you're going to have to trade something. So you're either going to have to trade CPU power, or you're going to trade photography, videography. In this case, they decided to keep 5G and CPU power, but they jettisoned videography. And that's just the way it went, right? That's just how it was. It is anyway. So therefore, the Redmi Note 11 series will give you good photography, but the trade-off for the 5G is videography, which is quite sad. Now, some people who are smart, who already know how chipsets work, would say, but what about the G96 on the 11S and the 11 Pro 4G? Those won't support 4K, right? What you have to remember is that as benevolent as Xiaomi may make themselves seem, they are still a business regardless, and they're in the business of selling smartphones. And if they don't turn a profit, they are going to go out of business. That's it. I mean, their costs are so low that they're actually playing like a really, really dangerous game here. So if they don't sell and turn over a profit, they are going to be in serious financial trouble. So therefore, if they put 4K video on the G96 powered 11S and 11 Pro, lots of people may turn their attention away from the real seller, which is supposed to be the Note 11 Pro 5G, and start buying the Note 11 Pro 4G or Note 11S. And obviously they don't want that. Clearly they do not want that. So therefore, they are going to make sure that the Note 11 Pro 5G sells. So therefore, if the Note 11 Pro 5G does not have 4K, none of the other ones are going to get 4K. So therefore, the Note 11 Pro 5G is going to be better in all aspects, not just in some, in all aspects. And therefore, it will prompt more and more people to go for the 11 Pro 5G. So that's the kind of like the situation that Qualcomm have put Xiaomi in, and Xiaomi are rolling with it. That's just how it is, plain truth. Now, somebody messaged me on Facebook and said something like, "Hey Jeff, hi, I saw the Realme 9 series, and they also have the 695 and they have 4K. Like, what gives? How does that even happen? What's up here?" Well, for a processor that doesn't support 4K video, there are custom ways that you can get it to support 4K. One of them includes having another ISP, image signal processor, that can actually support 4K on the motherboard, and then connecting it to the main SoC itself, and then having the SoC outsource video encoding and decoding to that ISP, which is outside itself, which is on the motherboard, and then work it out somehow through software, and then getting it back and then displaying it on the screen. There are custom ways. You could also use software to kind of like upgrade the video quality to a fake 4K somewhat. It will seem as if it supports 4K, but it's just basically software enabled 4K, not true 4K in the sense of the word. There are custom ways to do these things to get 4K, but with Xiaomi trying to keep their prices as affordable as possible, having custom 4K solutions on board is going to drive the price up. And obviously they don't want that. So I don't have 4K. Should I not? The Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G doesn't have 4K. None of them have 4K. I should not buy it. Seriously? Okay, let's be honest. How many of us actually record in 4K? I am a YouTuber. I'm making videos for you guys. So therefore, I can't upload in 4K, obviously. But I have to like compress videos down to at least 1080p before uploading. So therefore, I record in 4K, because if I record at 1080p and I compress, videos are going to look like trash, and obviously they're coming from a smartphone camera, so compressing it is just going to make it look terrible. So instead I prefer to shoot at 4K. So even when I compress to 1080p, the video is still presentable, even though I don't have a camera yet. I'm using my phone, but it's still very, very presentable. You get? So if you are a video content maker that does video skits for YouTube, for TikTok, for Instagram, probably you may want to skip this one. You may want to skip this one if like video is your thing. If video is really your thing, you may want to skip this one, or probably even downgrade, get the 10 Pro instead, or any other one of your choice. But if you know you don't make videos, or if you shoot video using regular point and shoot 1080p, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this one. This is one of the best phones that you can buy at this point in time. That's it. That's the truth. Uncut, unedited. I just sitting down here and I'm trying to explain this stuff. So when you hear people talk about the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G does not have 4K, it's a bad phone. No, it's not. It just doesn't support one spec, and that's video recording. And not just video recording, 4K video recording. It actually does record video very well at 1080p, you get, but it doesn't have 4K. And if all you do is regular point and shoot video, it shouldn't bother you at all. It doesn't change anything. You can enjoy, you can buy the phone and record your videos. You won't even tell the difference. But if you are a video person, if you are a video creator, then you may want to skip this series. And that's that. Well, obviously I think the phone should have launched by now. Obviously they're supposed to launch on Wednesday afternoon. I am making this video on a Tuesday. I'm going to post it on Wednesday evening. So that's that. I'll be out now. I hope the message is very clear. When the phones do come out, I'll put the prices in the description. So see ya guys.